the page is not very clear, so I might read without showing the page because it's not as clear as I should expect. But when I'm editing, maybe I'll take the pictures of this, then edit before I post. So, dear Mama, the trains and buses in Singapore are so clean. You can eat off the floors, but then you cannot eat off the floors because you cannot eat in the bus or the train at all. There are signs all over, no eating or drinking. Fine, $500. No smoking, fine, $1,000. No flammable goods, fine, $5,000. No durance. The last part piqued my curiosity. Why was there no fine for durance? And what exactly are durians? I have since learned that they are among the most popular fruits in Southeast Asia. When I asked why they are not allowed in the public transport, one of my colleagues took me to the fruit market. I understood why. The smell of durians never leaves the air. It is not a bad smell, but I think I can still detect it days later. I am now back at my hotel residency. After having my biometrics taken at the Ministry of Manpower's Employment Pass office, the entire experience took less than 10 minutes. I spent some time examining the signage on the walls and learned that the swiftness of service here is a deliberate effort to enhance the Employment Pass application experience. As soon as I got back to the room, I continued reading up on Singapore. I think that what makes Singapore great is its intentionality in the initiatives it undertakes. Today's experience will feature a lot of this evening's call with JSO. We speak almost daily, catching up on the day's happenings. Singapore is a tiny city-state in Southeast Asia. It has a population of nearly 6 million. The majority of citizens are Chinese, followed by Malays and Indians. There are 4 official languages: English, Chinese, Tamil, and Malay. The island, measuring 735 square kilometers, is slightly larger than Nairobi. However, and boasting an economy that far exceeds that of Kenya. At the time of independence, it did not have much going for it. Surrounded by larger and more powerful neighbors, and with no notable agricultural produce, it had little to offer the world. With Singapore separated from Malaysia and gained independence, the leadership had to think outside the box. The leadership of Lee Kuan Yew devised a grand plan to transform Singapore into a commercial hub, attracting investments from multinational companies and establishing infrastructure to support this vision. As a result, many companies set up their global and regional offices in Singapore. The port is among the most efficient in the world. I cannot help but draw parallels to Kenya, where we had better prospects at independence, but seem to have squandered the opportunity. A lot of things work here. For instance, I can drink water straight from the tap. Trains in Singapore arrive on schedule, so you can plan your travel and actually arrive at time. Reading Lee Kuan Yew's book, From Third World to First, has provided me with a glimpse into the thinking behind Singapore's transformation. I am amazed that large portions of land, including Marina Bay and Changi Airport, have been reclaimed from the ocean. Mother, this virus is now becoming a worrying issue of most of the world. It is all over the news. It is said to be the coronavirus family, with symptoms closely resembling those of pneumonia. Since it was first discovered in China, many people call it Wuhan coronavirus, prompting the World Health Organization to give it a temporary name to 2019 nCoV, and then officially naming it COVID-19 on 11th February. I read that in the CO stands for Corona, and 6 stands for virus and D for disease, and 19 for the year 2019 when the outbreak was detected. For me, there is a different nagging worry. I came to Singapore understanding that my family would follow shortly after. I even traveled light, knowing they would follow shortly after. I even traveled light knowing they would arrive with more items since they had a larger luggage allocation. What is emerging is that while we initially thought it was a problem limited to China, this virus is proving to be something far greater than anyone had thought it would be. 3 weeks ago, a cruise ship named the Diamond Princess was quarantined in Japan following the COVID-19 outbreak. Just 11 days ago, Egypt reported the first case in Africa. Would Kenya be affected? How would these developments impact my family's travel plans? We needed approvals for 3 different government bodies for them to travel. Would we get this in good time? Before things got worse, your loving son, KOMBANI. So guys, let's go very fast into discussion. When I look at KOMBANI, I still see is loving, both to the mother when we look at the way he really writes to the mother as if they're conversing, as if she is still alive. Then even the other love is exhibited towards the family, as we can see on page 19, the fact that the family was to travel after him and bring more goodies. Now we also realize that he's still observant because he can actually see the signs on the bus and train and the limitations, and he observes that durants are not charged, so someone goes to the market with him and he learns why. He's also observant about what's happening in the world. He's turning to be pessimistic because he realizes that maybe the family might not be turning out very fast as he expected. Now we also realize that he's critical. He compares this country, Singapore, with Kenya, and realizes that this has moved very fast in terms of growth, and they have really had a lot of initiatives undertaken. Now, I realize that we can also discuss themes now, and on the part of themes, we can see the theme of modernization, especially when we look at Singapore. The way it's a tiny city, but they were in a position to change it into a very powerful place with Lin Kuan Yew, as indicated on page 18, was able to transform it into a commercial hub with trains, as you can see, traveling, buses, the airport is quite standard. Then there is epidemic, as you can see, coronavirus has struck, and now even the family of KOMBANI are not going to travel. There is change both in the travel plans of KOMBANI's family and then in the transformation that happened in Singapore, as shown on page 18. We can as well see fate. I think I've discussed that under epidemic. So let's get to stylistic devices, and for styles I can see epigraphs. The writings on the train are under epigraphs, though I have not seen it discussed under high school yet, but we'll see. Then we have rhetorical questions on page 17. Why was there no fine for durance, and what exactly were durance? And I saw another rhetorical question somewhere at page 19. We can see, would Kenya be affected? How would these developments impact my family's travel plans? Would we get this in good time before things got worse? Then we have the style of exaggeration or hyperbole on page 18. Trains in Singapore arrive on schedule, so you can plan your travel and actually arrive on time. There is this exaggeration that KOMBANI is giving us about management, though I've seen a lot even when the Chinese people are managing Makadara trains in Kenya, they were actually timely. Then when we come to another exaggeration, it's about the cleanliness of trains. We are told that the trains were so clean that you can even eat from the floor. Another style that has been shown is juxtaposition, comparison of Kenya and Singapore. The port of Singapore is quite developed compared to Kenya. In terms of reflection, I think the reflection here is about the effect of corona and again the difference between Kenya and Singapore. So that's what we had for this part. It was not a long part, so as you come by, drop any questions you wish to ask, and after editing this you'll be able to see this possibly tomorrow on my channel, English and Literature Lessons. Thank you and bye bye for now.